Hello everyone and welcome back to the Outside Scoop. Every week we bring you new videos filled with the latest and coolest of what's happening in the world. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like. And if you want to see more of our content, go ahead and subscribe along with ringing the bell icon so you're notified of the next time we upload. With that said, let's go ahead and get into why The Weeknd had a historic Super Bowl halftime performance. In the last 55 years of the Super Bowl, there have been trends set from each previous performance that has yet to be crossed. But that all changed recently with one legendary moment. When talking about this year's Super Bowl 55 halftime show, two distinct differences come to mind when comparing it to years prior. The first one was noticeable right off the bat after spending some time watching the performance, and that's that The Weeknd was the only performer to take the stage at the Super Bowl this year. In the past shows, there has been a headline act, someone who would steal the stage and be the main reason for viewers to tune in or stay and watch the halftime show. This has been famous duos from Madonna featuring Nicki Minaj, Katy Perry featuring Missy Elliott, and Janet Jackson featuring Justin Timberlake. All the main acts had just as equally famous celebrity co-stars for the halftime show, so that more people would be interested to watch. However, this year only The Weeknd performed, making this one of the few halftime shows that no one else guest starred. This doesn't happen often, with the last solo act halftime show appearing in 2007 when Prince was the only artist to take the stage that night. At Super Bowl 55, having only The Weeknd perform seemed to work well, although it did feel different as many fans were familiar with the multiple artists debuting all within the span of 15 minutes. Speaking of stages, that brings us to our second and perhaps biggest point about how differently 2021 Super Bowl was to others. And that's that The Weeknd didn't actually perform on the stadium floor, making this the first ever Super Bowl halftime show to be performed from the stands. This was done in order to be within coherence to the US's coronavirus restrictions. On a normal year, a stage would be rolled out onto the field along with hundreds of workers and additional backup performers so that the act could take place in the middle of the awaiting audience. However, instead, thousands of dollars, including some of The Weeknd's own personal money, was spent on creating a box in the stadium where the halftime show was streamed live. Most of the show was performed from this box, and that included the very intricate Hall of Mirrors. But there was a brief moment where The Weeknd rushed down with the hundreds of backup dancers to the field for a break dance. If you thought the dancers looked strange, it's probably because of the full face mask that the extra performers had to wear in order to follow other COVID guidelines. Everything in the show was specifically designed with COVID-safe procedures in mind so that the performance could take place. To the expensive stage in the stands, the backup performers wearing full face masks, and perhaps even the decision not to include any other musical guests, it was all done so that the show could take place when almost every other big social gathering had been cancelled. To put it into comparison, they had to push back the 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympic Games, so being able to put on the Super Bowl 55 halftime show is a big deal, as it took so much planning and thought just to get the ball moving. Pun intended. Overall though, it's been a great feat to have happened, and if our opinion means anything, we think that the Super Bowl 55 halftime show was one of the coolest ever. Besides having an awesome headline performer, the entire show looked spectacular and we got some pretty awesome memes about it. Regardless, that night history was made, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were successful, and we got a pretty awesome halftime show out of it. Let us know what you guys thought about Super Bowl 55 down in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell icon so you're notified whenever we upload a video. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you press the like button because that really does help us out. Other than that, that's all for today. This has been the Outside Scoop, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!